Welcome to this short class on shoulder stretches. So today we'll be looking at 3 different shoulder stretches. 2 of those you can combine with other seated poses such as shoelace pose or square pose, and the other one you can do as a pose in itself. You can also do the first 2 poses as poses in themselves, maybe in just a seated position as well. What is really great about these 3 poses is that they are poses that target the upper body. So you may have noticed in yin yoga, a lot of the poses do target the lower body areas. So you can take these to target the upper body and the shoulders. So I have a couple of props that I will show you how to use today. Just a yoga belt, you can use a rolled up towel or a belt off your trousers or pants if you like. And I've just got a towel which can be quite nice to sit on if you like. And we will start with archer's arms, also known as cow face arms. So you may have seen this one before, and I'll give you a couple of different variations that you can use. So the first variation is just taking the left arm, placing it up, palm facing backwards, and then placing the hand or the palm on the back of the shoulder, and then taking the right arm, you might like to just gently push back with that hand. So this is our first option here, and you can hold this for a minute, maybe 2 minutes, while taking a pose such as shoelace pose or in any other seated pose that you like. The next option, and I'll show you with a belt if you like, so just place a belt or towel over the shoulder. Again, we'll take the same position with the left arm, but this time we'll send the right arm out long, palm facing backwards, and then we'll start to bend at the shoulder, placing the back of the hand on the back and taking both sides of the strap. I'll show you what this looks like. So this is our first option, keeping the arm in towards the ear. Or if you like, you can start to just edge the fingers in together, maybe just lock the arms. So this is our archer's arm, and you can stay with a nice straight spine lifting up, or you can start to hinge forward at the hips, coming forward. And that's our 2 options there, and then just slowly releasing when you're ready to come out of it. It's often quite nice to take a couple of shoulder rolls after that pose. So the next pose we'll look at is eagle arms. Again, this is a really nice pose you can combine with other seated poses. And we will start by just bringing the arms out to the side. And we'll bring the right arm bending at the elbow, palm facing towards the left. Now we'll take the left arm and cross it under the right, bringing the backs of the hands together. So this is your first option. And then if you like, you can see if you can bring the palms of the hands together, so really just twisting the arms. And then start to lift up through the elbows. So you can stay here if you like, or again, you can start to hinge forward at the hips. So that's your eagle arms, the 2 options you've got there. Another option is to just take the left hand to the right shoulder, right hand to the left shoulder. So this is our first option. If you've got quite tight shoulders, this might be better for you. And you can do the same with just lifting up the elbows, creating space, keeping a nice straight spine, or maybe just coming forward. You can always place the elbows or maybe a block or something if you like, just to lift them up a little bit. And again, when you come out of it, sometimes it's nice just to take a couple of shoulder rolls, maybe even a seated twist. Can feel quite nice. And then finally, the last pose I'm going to show you is thread the needle. And for this pose, we'll come onto our all fours position. You might like to take some padding for the knees. I've got quite sore knees. And then we'll just make our way into an all fours position, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. And then you can, if you like, bring the left hand in front of the face so the arm is nice and straight. And on the inhale, reach the right arm up. And then exhale, place the back of the hand to the floor and start to thread the arm under the left arm, making our way down onto our shoulder and the side of the head. You can stay here if you like, or you can bring the left hand out long. You may even like to lift that left arm over, and then rotate the palms that's facing the other side of the wall, and just let that drop down the back, maybe hooking onto the hip crease. So this is our thread the needle pose, a really nice stretch for the shoulder. And then when you're ready to come out of it, just move in the same way as you did. And coming back to center. You can also take that thread the needle pose from a child's pose with the arms out long, tailbone back, reaching that left arm. Actually, you don't even need to lift it up for this one. You can just thread it under the right arm, come down to the side of the face. So this is also a nice option. You're still getting a bit of a stretch through the shoulder, not as much as in the full thread the needle pose, but still quite a nice stretch for the shoulder and a little bit of a stretch on the side of the neck as well. And then just bringing that arm back when you're ready and coming up to a seated position. Again, any shoulder stretch, it's nice to maybe take a couple of shoulder rolls afterwards, making those movements nice and slow. And with thread the needle pose, you could hold it for maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, up to 5 minutes. I probably wouldn't hold it much longer than that, just because you do have a little bit of compression on the side of the neck, so just bear that in mind. Maybe start with 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes would probably be optimal for most people. So that brings us to the end of the shoulder stretch class. I hope you learned a few options where you can target the upper body in yin yoga. And I thank you for practicing with me today.